Yeah, I hear for and then a fiada and as you had for Freddie my story show, bro. When you say the fiada abiano and do a fiada ye the akosema na se abakosema na se if to 70 man for my story show. And then if I'm in the jumedi I never quite one who say no ye greater Accra great Olympics chairman. Of Great Olympics no be a greater Accra NDC chairman. So no in between no there's great view of greater Accra and great Olympics. So but I couldn't greater Accra na we great Olympics na start to or I'm a guest. What can I say me be sing ko na nya will ku edi nkomo na o ka che say papa bi obo an ma na brabo ko ye o football mu no na pie bebre fi so waton is a human right ni bi but clear ne ma ye. Or a businessman or a politician. Oni ni wa faso so ni Abdul Malik Kweku ba ko meti ene nwanwa na ne din so se ne din fi Brazil nye na nka menim ene fie tafe no adwene ya fa comment no message and subscribe the channel no for message and subscribe my story show ko YouTube and subscribe my story show Facebook na like page tell a friend to tell a friend share pages no na fa comment bra me get Mr. Ade Koka the din nka say Joseph Kobina Ade Koka chama
Minia.
Wapo me.
Nyamina adu. Mende nyami wa ma nkwa. Awo no hia no binum kada yi wan so. Nti ya sorry o de da nyami ase. Bruni baka de by his grace.
We are alive.
We are alive.
And a divine selection.
That's
Let
right.
me coach chairman Jim, divine selection.
That's right.
From our yebeba ni na but that be trigger me mentality from Great Olympics to Greater Accra NDC regional team. Yebeba ho. Why ni Joseph Kwabena Adekoka? Owo no him ofi hin ankasa.
Muzina nkasa na watotom no. No ya Kobina Adekoka.
Okay.
Wo mugwe. Igwe no ona wote no igwe Cape Coast. Wakada Ugwa Cape Coast Hospital. At the age of 1 year, no, my mama and papa migrated Bankra. What the Baba Bankra. Moko school, no, Radiant Way Preparatory School. Budu Aqua, he was the headmaster. No, a British nipa. It was an African name, sir. What I'm a heno. Nenyo enjo. Nti bia onfa a British name nkanu na mesa ameze be Joseph na mama was Joseph too because Joseph no e ko Bible ma bobo nkrofa no ne nuanom no were turned to slavery but obo no obo bia no bono wade nya achewo when there was hunger and to the ne nuanom akomozo no oyede mo Lisbon the Joseph no yedma de bobo nkrofa no na yahwe ne yado ne Kobina no so oye a brotherism na wozidwa bia every market days are Tuesday. Those market days you collect food until I am a personal Mr. Brennan Bibiano which I have to have a collecting of people together and giving them until yabanka papa ne mame oye nkranyi
Tonana.
Manana bisia nkranyi nti papa ya half gun papa
Owo mo do say how many siblings we baby say how nya epeni na how nkoto no wo.
Oh yeah, and 8. I mean number 3.
Oh okay.
It was number 3 figure no so. From Mensa.
Ebenyi ibasa.
Benye basa dam ni Mensa. Nti nyamira nkasa mo be wiase no, nyamira nkasa wa hihwe mo kwana. Ndem se by his grace. Nti ekomizina ebi baduna me reality ni. That the one will go coast. It one will go coast is na reality. One go na Ghana mbe. Na to ma me fanti. Ma me fanti papa ya have fanti. Have Ghana. But their ancestors my great grandfather no a slave of Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Na nti mo be my research ni papa e research the name Coca no. The name Coca no onye Nigerian name, onye Ghana name, onye Sierra Leone name, onye Brazilian name.
So why the Nigeria for Portuguese for the colonize them? Then
Okolo
it's
no
na
answer want to work into when you cross slavery no, they went to a plantation
okay.
and the owner of the plantation was from Coca. The Coca farm also echo Brazil or nti echo Brazil Coca pii the Brazil black Brazilians no, most of them echo you see that. Nti Coca no fi Brazil, you know what about salon what German slaves no. Then they brought them to Saloon, Freetown. That is why Saloon went for Freetown. And so now we call Liberia. Into then those days there were no borders.
Okay.
Until people started migrating, some of them worked and found themselves in that time those days no, it was something kingdom. They have forgotten the name. Nti wɔn nyinaa ti decided migrate ebinom ba Sierra Leone, ebinom ba Nigeria, ebinom nso ba Ghana, ebinom nso kɔ Liberia. But today the Sawyers, the Azumans, and all those people. Nti a special breed. Nti mogya na ɔwɔ yɛn mu no
Why the
especially.
van for now?
That's right. Nti na yɛbɛ migrate. Now what we were, you don't choose your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't choose the name that they give you. But here we are, and the name Ade in Nigeria name because of my ancestors coming all the way from Brazil, going to Nigeria. So I have ancestors and brothers and cousins in that land. And a lot of Ghanaians. The Ghan people, where are they from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Right. And the name Ade is called The King is Born.
Oh, okay.
Go and research it. Ade means the king is born. Into what to the name Ade? You are a king. The king is born. People should go and research history. But Ghana, so because of warped mind, but let's assume for 1 minute that even I'm a Nigerian. Am I not an African?
Yeah. Pan African.
We've got the Harisoyes,
Arizako.
Arizakos, you name it. We are a multiplicity of people. We have ethnicity. But why should people
They are all
Liberian
Netherlands names.
Netherlands names and that kind of thing? When you go to Cape Coast, you have so many more. This. That's why should we because of politics. But I am a bona fide Ghanaian, born and bred Ghanaian, but I was born in Gold Coast.
Okay, I will find a Ghana Bay.
Ghana Bay. I'm Ghana
Penny. That I post school in am a history. I have and yeah, nan can mean about MC. Yeah, oh my story show. When they brought my story show, and internet so my story show Tuesdays and Fridays, and say we are don't no about no near day. Now share and then the nipa and give Jumedie NDC Great Accra Regional Chairman, former Great Accra Great Olympics Chairman, and I need to call Mr. Joseph Kobina Ade Oka. So, Chairman, young Hazu, the cool school, the share school, I say what him.
The share school as well, Collegono Day Nursery.
Okay.
At the age of 2, 3, no. Near to Collegon. Since I could be at now, our opposite Collegono hospital. And when I was saying, but those days, no, it's a very beautiful place. The hospital even had a tennis court. But about tennis, pa, the Afrabano, no tennis, long tennis.
So, it's on the first second tennis will be in
tennis. Tennis, we into table tennis, no long tennis. Kofu pi wonu.
It's a watch the tennis, long tennis, watch him.
There was tennis court one and the colleague on. Yet so many of Mr. Adakwa. Nifi, ne hetne. Na mame otompano. No provisions and getting. Na yefi on ever na man probi. Say ni baby a radiant way. Or Pano, main road, no. Radiant way. If you a beer on him, a crowd well, no. Collegono well, no. Collegonum, a collegonum and probi, collegon. Radiant way. Our house was next door to Radiant way, which the Saki family.
Family.
It's more Radiant way. It's immediately 11 years, no. Nemokro at the saddle.
Okay.
I went to the saddle at the age of, I think, 11, 12.
Wow.
Nemokro at the saddle. Nemokro at the saddle. I'm an old boy.
I decided I produce some for power politics more.
That's right.
Because Kenya Japan so quite decided.
Yes.
The current attorney general so quite
That's right.
I was senior minister. Senior student.
That's right.
Okay.
Me Mokro 1 to 5 were at the saddle.
Okay.
We in America Mrs. from Britain or Southwest London College of Britain. But the 1 year, yeah, more A levels for Britain. We call me say, oh, why can you I can do the A levels in 1 year. Until me in 1 year, then we call Stafford University or Staffordshire. Then we can BA Economics in Staffordshire. We know. Then we call University of Wales, Aberystwyth.
Hey.
Then we can Masters in Economics, MSc Economics, with special reference to agriculture economics. Nti ewechi ebedwe na adekoka no or a be a politician but I also got letters.
How about moment?
I've got letters on my name. But because of humility and modesty, unless you ask me, I won't tell you.
Oh, okay. Nice one. Hey, really the first time I might tell my story show. I did like I said on time money profile, but this we been said America today I just said my story show. Okay. A fee hono. A year abazi bi.
Me fee hono mo London, me ye go London. Kakra ne. We be fee. Because I wanted to contribute to the development of our country. I came back home. Remember Ghana 19 just after the second coup.
Cool, that's
82, 83. Never bay.
Cool, no, no, second. Second, yeah.
Rollins. Never bay. Baba Ghana. Baba no. Nem okay, National Savings and Credit Bank as the economist.
Okay.
In the now SSB. It's now SSB.
Except for what's son?
Society General. Okay, one part in you. History. No, I was the economist for National Savings and Credit Bank. And then I was a member of the IMC, Interim Management Committee. I was a very young guy, but I was elected by the management staff, Senior Staff Association, to be on the IMC. So I was then IMC member of we were 3 members. So we were running the bank.
Okay.
At the age, I would say at that time I was 28, 30 years. I was on the master. I was a member, very, very vibrant. And then I love football, very much so. So when I was a kid, I used to go to the training grounds of Accra Great Olympics, which was there. It was then at the drama studio. The drama studio is now where the National Theatre is.
Oh, okay.
People Kofu Pinyin. That was so Olympics were training. I was a young guy. I was about 13, 14 years old, but I love Olympics. Some Aqua. I know that. Oh, there are a lot of good players. And then I was even holding a membership card at that time. So my desire was that I want to make Accra Great Olympics one of the best football teams in the country. So I started there, which when I was working at the National Cinema, I started as a ball boy. Working in the bank, I was a ball boy.
Oh, okay.
And then I became the treasurer. And I became the secretary. I became the vice chairman. I became the chairman of Accra.
Yeah, all the rank.
I went to I like to go to the rank. I like to learn.
Oh, okay.
And I was also the secretary to the board.
Oh, okay.
So I met Alabi, Ayama, Atchison. These are great men who were then running Olympics, big men. But I was very young and I was their secretary. Because they saw in me.
That time, though, yeah, Olympics. Is she a people friend and Pedua?
And Pedunyo, he was the chairman of Accra Great Olympics. God bless his soul.
Yeah, Omo share now, Omo share if you Mr. Ampedu, yeah, on a golden child school near Nidia.
That's right.
He was once upon a time Olympics,
That's
Great
right.
Olympics
That's
chairman. Yeah.
right. God bless
So,
his soul.
and then I'm the tired, so only.
God
Oh,
bless his
okay.
soul.
So, on the answer the buyer.
And then number Sana,
Okay.
when he was there, I was then I think one of the executive members.
Okay.
I know him very well. And then I became the chairman of. So then I went into football whilst I was working in the bank. So at a certain stage, I left and went back to UK
Okay.
to continue, but my family and some were there. So I had to go back. At that time to Ghana, no, yeah, we had rolling chain. Times were hard. So I went back and then I came back around 1992. 83 number, I know. I worked for about 3, 4 years. That I was Olympic chairman, but I was part of it. I went back. And then 1992, 93, around that, I came back again. And that was when I became the Olympics chairman. And then I became the vice chairman of Ghana Football Association. So during that period of time,
Chairman, so do I share first. I find that what Jenny, I share my story show. Many NDC Greater Accra Regional Chairman. I think so. I call this is the first time I person call. You better be a politics. Say you football. I feel you are the commander by. You better be a football. Football, no a former vice chairman for the Ghana Football Association, no great Olympics chairman. You better discuss football. Yeah, current football situation. Yeah, omo na mama ye bra na say omo na omo ye football ni because say omo ye ni and can say and can football na ye dey. Chairman, talking about football. 1992 besi ne ye be ba politics no politics ye ba ye nko be bia na football na nkasa awe be mu no watendan na sisi ana wa koyi a let's discuss
time I ever football, football was on an amateur basis. Nti honorable Yiti Mensa, be new regulations, be semi-professional.
that was which year
That was around 94, 95.
okay
No, obeying yes, son. Football. Because those days, football was being done. Oh, me two player. A player has of folk then all the registration time. No, I catch soldiers. They are register.
Atapana
At a part, no transfer fees were paid. Bonya de our when you are no na catch. It's that matter them will qualify cheap players. They register by force. Not sure it was because my Ekumba. Now you have to go and negotiate the card of the player to before you can. So we started semi-professionalism. Those days, no, in the sika football, no. Nti yankasa, wejuma ye no, because of the love of the game, no, you invest into it. Invest it not to make profit, but invest to make entertainment. Passion. Even at the national level, the government was not even interested in. So it was people like Nana Batla, Ladi Jaula, Oiniba Charles,
enough faith
Nana Freeze, you name Abu Al Hassan, God bless his soul. We cannot call is him but we were the people who were running football.
in this case to me yet
Not that
now how in this guy into face can change to entertain
but not by I didn't. No school. Sometimes new expertise. Abu Al Hassan wasn't a rich guy, but he was writing the regulations for the FA. Always and Chijemfi, they were writing people.
that and then you tell
No, single House of Folk. I wasn't a rich man. I was writing House of Folk. Ariza Call. I mean, you name it. Harry Sawyer, Professor Mills.
yeah
All of us. Well, because of the love of the game. President Kufuor.
Yeah, no,
He was
Kotoko.
even chairman of Kotoko. When I was
Kotoko.
secretary for Accra Great Olympics, he was the chairman of Kotoko. And I can name Sims Mensah. I mean, you name it. A lot of those days, people were doing football with passion, and the football was very exciting. The stadiums were getting full to capacity. Understand? And it was not polarized. We didn't know politics. Those days, politics was not part of the game. Until Youth Minister as a minister work with everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're MPP or UP or whatever. We all work together. The football was thriving until 2000 when NDC left office. MPP came and then became partisan.
Why do you say NDC left office and became
Because
partisan?
if you're a member, if they associate yourself with NDC, you cannot even be a member of the executive committee of the Football Association.
How?
It's a fact.
How?
Because the government gets in and say, you want this guy to be GFA chairman, you want this guy to be yes. And then those of us with institutional memory, they silent us.
Young had the when you were in the Olympics, let's discuss about Olympics.
Mm.
When you were Olympics, about a year about Olympics, because the famous story I say here and maybe I will have a clear and say you were selling the players for money.
No.
I didn't want your safe trade.
No. When I was in the Olympics, I was chairman for 5 good years. Nobody had been a chairman for more than 1 year.
For which is Oponano.
No, they ran away. I was chairman for 5 good years. And within that 5 years, I won the FA Cup twice. I took them to Africa twice. For every, I won the gala.
Guinness Gala then.
Guinness
Before
Gala.
we
Yes,
started.
that's why I won the gala.
League.
You see, there was, in football at that time, there was nothing called president for a football club. But the people named president. So if you go to Olympics, I'm the first president of Accra Great Olympics. And I was the first chairman to have the names of players written at the back of their jerseys.
Then 20 years
yes,
ago.
I was the first. So all Olympics players now, they had jerseys with their name, their names were printed at the back of their jersey. I took them to the highest level. And they know nobody has broken that record.
Yeah, here players and then.
Let me talk about the players. The players, like Kingston, became the number 1 goalkeeper.
Richard Kingston.
Richard Kingston, number 1 goalkeeper. I made Kingston one of the best players in the country. He went to Galatasaray. Gordon
Trump, captain for the under 17.
Awule Queen,
Junior.
The names will come. Most of them. Stephen
Appiah.
I got him to Olympic. I gave him to House of Folk.
I mean, players no also.
What also? I mean,
was Dankwe part of one?
Dankwe, my boy. That boy your friend. They be a Shushan boy your friend. Chastela. Look, and all these guys.
That's not about the Olympics.
Chastela, let me tell you something. I was in the training grounds when they brought him. They say he's a Shushan boy, but he plays local. This boy, Shushan boy, how can he be a player? He's a chairman. He's a good player. Give him a try. So training grounds, I gave him a try. Hey, when the boy went to stand, the boy started dancing on them. He does this and that. Hey, I watch him. I can tell you your footwork when I see that you're a good player. Your positioning, I can immediately tell whether you're a good player or not. But I know the game. And I saw his position. So I said, okay, I'll give him a chance. So there was a friendly match at the Accra Sports Stadium. But the only way you can be a good player is to go and play at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Wembley. You are in a big bowl. If you've got the heart to play there, you're a good player. So I said you should go and Fairly mad, they should put him inside. Super.
Perfect.
Super. And Charles Taylor became Charles Taylor. But he came as a shoe shamble. And I got him. So I can name the players. Most of them, I've made them millionaires. I've made them rich.
Manage to scale and not player. There's one a kind to scale.
The players are also because
Ghana 99, them Abrantena
I,
20.
I took them all the and I was you see and I was the
What's
chairman.
a Tom only 10 years?
But you have he has answered you. I took him to a youth program so that he'll be in the youth program for about 2 years.
I think the master now.
Oh, but I mean, you know, in this country, we are very fond of attacking people who are principled.
Then no, a father then there Obi say actual.
Oh, but I know it was not true. I mean, they went to Badegbe Commission. It was not established as, but people have to skew there. And now today, if even I sold him for 10 years, they say he's a priest, he's a reverend, he's well to do. So let's assume for argument purpose. Me and the banana mean papa.
Oh, I will confess that you made him
exactly
today.
Exactly.
But
Donald Trump, this is our academy.
Yeah.
I made him. And when anytime he sees me, I will take. He's now in Dubai, Qatar. They always call me. There's no player that will say that Adekoka messed him up.
Ghana football. More time the Yanko World Cup 2006 Yanko World Cup. Club football going.
If we had no that time
Yanko World Cup, but not club football. Wado. But Yanko World Cup 2006 when club football.
No. Say you at that period of time, we had another battle as GFA chairman. You had, and these are businessmen, right, who were using their money to run the national team.
So what went wrong?
I personally used to pay the winning bonus of the national team before I am reimbursed.
So what took you people long for not even
because that time no, it was only 3 countries from Africa that or before I by 1 or 2.
Before the 95, 98 was or change by.
Oh, but no, 3.
2002 you had 5 coin. Africa. 2002.
No, but we were not empowered.
So 98 5 coin. But 98 was Cameroon. 98 was 5.
We were not. No, it was 3. Yeah, time no.
So what time we had 98? Remember, 98 was Cameroon, Nigeria, South Africa. Is it Morocco?
3. No, 3. Make sure that we fee. It was the 2000s, sir. No, but 5.
2002.
And time no 3. The whole of Africa.
Ibasa
pay.
Cameroon for so they be with
and at that time no a group no yeah sir you do qualifying stage. I know I'm Morocco.
How about you see Algeria against Ghana 94?
And tell them that at that time no.
How about this?
Because there was no government or this commercial football. The North African countries in the East Africa, not the South, the Cameroon, they saw the need to develop in the opium of the masses. Do you know what's the opium of the masses?
No.
The opium of the masses is football. Football is the opium of the masses. And any government that is serious on making sure the masses are happy must invest in football. And Ghana, them that time when a revolutionary period, after the year even transit into democracy. So the government football was not a priority. That has it was only Guinness, Ghana, what sponsor him, and what sponsor what bus, starter bus, you remember?
Yeah.
And then the thing that we are giving award was Buta. Yes, you have my players award, I have Buta, and those so there was no Sika FIFA. No, it was later on FIFA who they must develop the African football. Seblata. Then they started bringing money, but that time they were exiting off. So, but the players that went to play the World Cup were players that we had groomed.
Yes.
That if you had that financial resources now, we would have qualified them long ago and even have won it.
Yeah, those boys, majority of them
went exactly. They were up. Now that And those boys are our
Because
local
Michael
players.
Essien was
But
in
yeah, they were.
origin,
You remember, they were
Tilapia.
all our local players.
Yes.
That time, no, it was the local league was strong. We had this kind array of players. Now that the local league became weak, you now go
Foreign
and collect foreign materials. Some people are now even changing their nationality, and you don't realize that because they want to market themselves for World Cup, all of a sudden they are Ghanaians.
But after the, but who need the you people administration and the white people be to structure be to anchor you be follower.
Yeah, what?
Now ban then.
And let me tell you, the people that came, MP people, they didn't want to do
But
anything.
I also got power after the separate policy. NDC got power. We got under NDC.
And that's how we qualify to go to World Cup.
Maybe anchor day. Yeah, you the margin if you because under government, yeah, every free anchor as sports minister.
Yes.
Yeah, Mahama Yariga as sports minister. Yeah, Clement Kofi, is it Clement Umado as a sports minister? Ekwi as another as a sports minister. Ama me papa na Dr. Mustafa me sports minister. So almost about 5 or 6.
It was very wrong. But to be honest with you, we had a very, very, very attrition of sports ministers. But unfortunately for us, we didn't get the people who were actually involved in sports.
Because under first NDC, Yitimesa was there,
And
the longest sports minister
and you
ever.
could see the consistency. That was the mistake that we made. Right? People like us who should be appointed sports ministers were sidelined.
Story in me, I didn't say Sanka sports minister
yes.
NDC.
Yes.
Professor Mills, Professor Mills, John Mama, Amemono. No, His Excellency Sanka, Nanka Difu,
exactly.
sports minister.
Exactly. And will have changed the trajectory of Ghana football because we know the game. So you make.
So you admit your government made a mistake for
yeah, we have to. We have made it. That is why this time round we should correct the mistakes. That is why we made mistakes because attrition. Look at the number of sports ministers you mentioned.
Like 6 or 7.
Too many.
8 years.
Too many.
Clement Kofi Umado, Ekwi as another Danswa. Mutakaba and Free Anchor and Mama Yariga like 7
so 8 years. Why you have people like Kodo Bonsu, very good sports administrator.
No Kodo Bonsu.
It was in sports.
Okay.
Myself.
Yeah, by
Harizako. Yeah. Nana Batla.
Before Harisoya we pass on.
Yeah, I can give you alternatives.
Yes.
Plenty. I can give you alternatives. Plenty. But then
Uncle to put that.
Yeah, I know. So the mistake we made was that people thought that, these people don't mind them. Let's go and collect it.
Okay, you better politics. I can't say any football in here. I don't know something in football or more experience in football. So I feel my journey. My name, former Accra Great Olympics chairman and a current NEC Greater Accra chairman, Mr. Joseph Kobina Ade, a businessman and a politician also. Abraham, what time did you join the NDC?
I joined the NDC in 1994.
Okay. If you landed by now.
Oh, that number.
Okay.
I was in football.
Okay.
Let me tell you how we came to join NDC.
Okay.
During the early days of the political dispensation, in the face of NDC, people didn't like because they thought NDC was revolutionary.
For the PNDC.
For the PNDC.
Rollins.
And the people who were leading the NDC were people who people regarded them as people with not questionable characters.
Rollins,
So we needed to change, and there were academia, and all these people were not joining the NDC. So there was a need to bring a different face. That NDC has got a different face. So Honorable Yiti Mensah, we're then using football as the face of NDC politics. So whereas Abin Waha, we're doing things that the masses. So it was certain. Why don't you people transit
from football to
politics? Come and join. Because we are all politicians in the way.
Politics is a general.
So why don't you come? So I'm going to bring you to. But then we are going to bring Professor Mills. We are going to bring people. So you could see that at that moment of time, All the leading members who were showing their face and talking for the NDC were
football
football
people.
administrators.
Professor Mills, Atu Ahoy, Kwame Ahoy,
Name it. Name it. So the current generation, they don't know. So we came in the face of NDC change. That's why Professor Mills, the academia, they're coming on board. Then most of the cadres were asked to go to the background so that Ghanaians will buy into the vision of the NDC.
So I start say what as NDC member.
No, I was with Professor Mills.
No, like I said, I start so maybe branch
Dan Soma. Ablekuma South was together. So my branch, God bless you. So my branch manager, my branch chairman is even the name Pa. That was my branch chairman.
So I start to a branch.
That's right. But I wasn't the branch executive. Okay. I was a member of the branch. I was the executive. But because of my football and my image, I was supporting them, buying chairs and anything they want to do, they come and ask me. I sponsor them. Even at regional level at that time, I was even sponsoring them.
I'm more than MP for the police station. MP for the police station. And more than a branch.
In front of the branch.
Okay, that's the difference.
That's the difference.
Okay.
And then I was in President Mills.
Then it's not
when he was vice president.
That was 96.
96. 94, 96.
I didn't buy my dream down America. Ghana politics work on anymore. Imagine 1996 election. Then vice president was running mate to the opposition.
Yes.
How can this?
Exactly.
There's one thing. I think Rollins, people don't. If you don't say any good thing about that thing he did, was one good thing people have to say about Rollins. But for a vice president campaigning against his own party as a president, he's a running mate. The vice president will attend to cabinet meeting, take a cabinet notice, then campaigning against the president.
Exactly.
This is democracy.
It's serious. So I was with President Mills.
Then he was the vice president.
Was the vice president. Then he became the presidential candidate in
2099. Sweden declaration.
So we were Sweden declaration. We were this film, because of our football. So almost all of us in football were with him, supporting him.
So if he branch a quarter,
no, that's what I said for.
No, like
I wasn't the branch executive, but I was in NDC, and I was playing my role.
Okay.
Right. I was in President Mills camp.
Now, here,
Ablekuma South.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. Before we divided into Ablekuma West, and as for me, I've got about 5 constituencies that I belong to, because I'm all over the place. So I was in NDC, and then it came to 2000, we lost the election, but we're still in NDC.
So you had it. You joined the NDC as you say 2000,
1994.
94. So a loose election 2000. For the first time, you've never tasted defeat in your party.
Yes.
Then we found it, and President then Chairman Rollins.
No. I mean, we had to go back to recalibrate.
Why did you party in chair?
Because
reform
because of Sweden declaration. The young guys around, because Guzi had positioned himself to take after Rollins. Unfortunately, Rollins saw that no, he needs experienced hands. That's why I say we needed to change the face of the NDC. That was why Professor Mills came on board. So that is why today NDC is NDC today. If you had gone to that revolutionary route, we might not be where we are today. So the people that came on board will change the face of it. It's not only a revolutionary party, but it's a mass party. It's a Congress made up of different people.
Them men over there, also change.
No, because they wanted to be in charge, and Rollins realized that no, let us change the face of the NDC, and that was the rift. You understand? And what was that means? Look at what he did. Unfortunately,
you had it. So everybody decided there, but say a contest regional chair.
No,
The
now
first time.
let me tell you.
Then by
2008.
What is a Chamadeku Kakatu? What's a Britain for the son of type pronounce into a typical British man. Oh no, that read to
That's right. That's 00.
on come
That
on.
2008. 208. The then chairman, Daniana, had won an election. He has been chairman and will come to power. And then he decided, say, to become a national chairman.
Okay.
So he wasn't going to contest the election. Was going. So I was sitting in my office when NDC people approached me. Approached me, and that's why NDC approached me that Daniela is going. We've looked around. That's why I said those days, politics was managed, democracy was managed. So they came to me, led by Isaac Mensah, no, not Ashimo, Kakravanle, and a few people came and saw me that they wanted me to contest as the regional chairman. And I said, no. I like to be because previously, Professor Mills had contacted me to become the parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma South. He went round and everybody said Adekoka must be the
Parliamentary
candidate. So Professor Mills came to see me. Linante, they came to my office and they want
former worker of GBC.
No, it's not that. I mean
MP for
Ododio. He came to see me that they want me to
former commentator.
He has moved on.
Yeah.
He has moved on.
Okay.
So they came to approach me that I should be the parliamentary candidate. And I said, oh, you see, I'm a businessman. I'd rather do the business to support the party than going to parliament. So I'd rather support the party. So then they made me a chairman to go and conduct the elections at Ablekuma South. That was Ablekuma South. And I was the person who supervised the elections for Bisbafo to emerge as the parliamentary candidate. So if I was such a selfish person, right, I would have. Because it was on a silver platter. You were selected to go and contest. So after that, when President Mills became, then Daniela said was going to be the national chairman. Then I was approached.
Then you are not even a first vice or second.
No, I was approached.
By your constitution, what about
No. We are going to go for election.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go and campaign.
Okay.
Yeah, so you asked me how did I become this?
That kind of one could be
the good people of NDC decided that they want me to be their chairman. And good too. For 3 consecutive times, have elected me as a chairman.
Okay. Say I feel a politics. 2006, lose election. But share quite why the Greater Accra team said, Roko Jomama or say, Moody Kunim. Who current chairman, who current organizer? Last week, the Tuesday, be saying in our community in Como. No, okay, so then I'm grabbing them lose election, but just to give your supporters some confidence, you said you will let's move.
You see, in politics, you have to give the people hope.
Okay.
When your people are down, you don't push them down. You give them hope.
So you manage the situation and share why in the corner.
We all have to, because even though we have lost, that was not the end of the world.
So they lose and hear the man.
Let me tell you, there be some questions. Let me tell you, even though the indications were that we had lost, right, it was necessary to give your people hope. Celebrate the defeats.
And who let the man no make critique yours?
No, they didn't create. People were happy to join the march and to go. And you must even celebrate. In times of defeat, you must celebrate. You don't go and mourn. You celebrate so that you know that there will be another day.
Lusu, Greater Accra, how many seats at 24?
No, yeah, was 20 seats.
No, like then, Greater Accra, the constituency is 34.
Yes.
As at then, no,
Uh-huh.
it leads to 21 my MPP.
That's right.
A quite election be.
That's right.
We vote tomorrow. I just 7 if MPP for
That's
say.
right.
About the thing I won't conform to Abama after you losing this big seat in Greater Accra for the MPP and they still voted
because
for
they were discerning people. They realized that at that period of time, there was a tsunami.
About Tsunami.
Tsunami because Ghanaians wanted to change. We have been in power for so many years.
8 years, Uncle Ichi.
I see.
8 years.
No, we have been in power, and that 8-year cycle has become something permanent. People want to, because all over the world, America, those days.
America called for last one.
No, I'm sure that at that time,
Yeah.
the phenomenon was that 8 years. And people felt that after 8 years, they want to change. And so the whole country voted against us. We don't live on an island. We live in a country. But I assured the people that together we can turn things around. Given that I have the experience, given that I know the ropes, given that I know what we should do, that we can rebounds back. So they reposed their confidence in me. And I assured them that I am going to deliver with not me alone, all of us. People like my friend Mensa sitting here had to work very hard. They didn't sit on their oars. And we won 20 seats in parliament. We flipped 7 seats.
Yeah,
Also we flipped the presidency.
Yeah, I did I was a chairman, women, so we are doing the campaign. You remember how the economy of the country is. We'll talk about politics. But I was a chairman. I think the NDT for say anyone track a crown for the first time, if you want to conquer enough seats.
Yes, we've won Tema East. With one Okaku East.
Conquer enough.
Okaku enough. We were on the verge of winning Ayawaso Westwood.
Forgone.
We were on the verge of winning Tema West. These 4 constituencies. I eluded it by just a whisper.
I was in a year now for the first time since 1992 when before Uncle Parliament. I didn't win Okanku enough to the seat because it was a seat that seal for MPP. But for surprise, you guys came and took the seat. As they will come, they said they will come back for their seat. But what
our SWOT analysis shows that Okanku enough is NDC.
How?
Look, if you look at the social stratification there, I don't want to be I don't want to go into ethnicity, but just let's use the word social stratification. Look at the social stratification there. NDC is in the majority. Our problem was the unity of the constituency executives and getting a good candidate. The last time that we were about to win was when we had Okankwe as the
Andrew Okankwe, 2012. Exactly. That's the year, the time we divided the constituency.
And Okankwe wanted to be at
Okankwe
North. And there were so many acrimony among ourselves.
Then he moved to Okankwe.
And he lost interest in Elizabeth, whatever.
Saki. But somebody came, that was who is he? Joma, Ashon. Is it Ashon?
No.
And an Asian.
No. So
2012 now.
I mean
that was the last time. It's Shen. Yeah, it's Shen.
I mean I use the word to get a good candidate. Yeah. Unfortunately, we were not able to have.
It's Shen in 2008.
2008.
The 2012 the one.
In 2012.
That's when you divided.
That was when Okankwe was.
Okankwe went to Okankwe Central.
He had won the primaries. Yes. And he was. I mean, and you could see that.
Okay, Nasiru. Is it Nasiru? 2000, yes, 2012. Nasiru.
No, Nasiru. I mean, so I don't want us to go there. What matters is that the dynamics are said that if you have the dynamics correct, you have the correct candidate. That is why this time around we brought Teresa Awuni. Look at the dynamics.
But the president, Nanado won the presidential and.
No, but we won both.
No. And the MPP won the presidential.
Presidential.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm surprised to hear that.
Yeah,
But in
it's
any
a what a
case,
skirt and blouse in the constituency.
exactly. I'm surprised to hear. But in any case, we had a very good candidate. This is somebody who was born and bred there, right? And she had been the woman organizer, started from branch, woman organizer, so she knew the terrain. And that is how you win election. Me as regional chairman, I know the terrain of all the 34 constituencies.
But the first time you lost Sama.
Amasaman, we lost because of what I just told you. When executives are in conflict and you are not able to patch their differences by a whisker. And the candidate also who came gave the impression that he was resourceful enough to work. Unfortunately, because of the so many factors, the sitting MP was defeated at the primaries because of so many factors. If the sitting MP had not been defeated and gone again, we would have won the seat.
Yeah, chairman, yeah, in charge. About as a regional chairman, about an iron. If you say you need to do it, people should vote for you because you're going for election.
Yes, I mean,
As the banner say, as your advertiser, what
exactly,
as
exactly,
Greater Accra regional chairman.
exactly.
Victory for 2024.
Exactly. The result is clear.
How about the results?
I mean, look, from 13 seats to 20, we won the presidential.
The court without evidence. A court have evidence.
I didn't go to court.
Your candidate went to court as a presidential and he win, but he didn't win the election. You won.
My brother, I don't want us to talk about what we went to court with was a declaration made by
Electoral Commission
was wrong. One wrong in law and wrong in figures.
Okay, chairman.
So don't go. Let's go there. Talk about you.
The reason I'm kind of asking because we all see as a wabaye history of Ghana there. Yeah, second every government secretary be court because for second term 2004 court. Jomama NDC second term, or court 2012. Then MP. But here is the case in 2012 election petition. Afarijan made even in the box look at there. I've never heard the word 2070 before.
No, you see what we are talking about, the dynamics at that time. That was why they said that elections are won at the police station. Understand? So if you have a bad agent at the police station, you have 207. The word do you use?
270. Say 2070.
Yeah. So it means that you did not do your work properly.
So what cost you people you're defeating?
No, it was the machinations, the machoism that they use. Look at some of the constituencies. Look at Techiman South. We were winning up to now in court. Evidence has been adduced that we won it.
As for court, the April or court,
Jomoro and all those things.
And
Jomoro is because they said she has a
April or court.
I say no. And also, is it so? As you know, they said it's a what? Canadian. I mean, all these things. You know, why is when you go to Britain, the current British Minister of Finance is a Ghanaian, but it's a British. So why do we have to worry ahead with you are Canadian, you are not a Ghanaian? Those nationalities we get are for convenience sake.
But our footballer and conversation nationality.
You see the dichotomy in our system.
But who was that? Is it Ayawa? So
that's what I'm saying. Let's be honest and principled.
So how campaign do? But yes, economy. The whole campaign the last. Yes, economy.
I'm my answer. Let me say my answer. I'm telling you, you wanted to know, you wanted to watch, and I'm giving you the facts of the case.
Okay.
That if 2012 I won so many seats, 2016 I lost so many seats, and 2020 I've won it back. So
that campaign. Remember them 5 years that campaign. But yeah, the state of the
And
economy.
that's what is a junk economy.
Oh, okay, it's too harsh.
And so too has. Moody's has declared us C. Not it's from C minus, CC minus to C.
You're a businessman, dollar no what in nine?
You see, when dollar was 3.6, we said Muhammad was incompetent. When the fundamentals are
When the fundamentals are weak,
they are
exchange
weak,
rate to expose you.
So now it's the fundamentals.
Yours, the only thing that affects you, there's no Ukraine war, there's no Russia, and there's no COVID and Ukraine war.
So let me tell you, see, when I hear this, I laugh. How many bombs from Ukraine has hit Ghana? Tell me.
There's light on every day. They will say that. Because
There's
your light is on every day. Yours, there's no light. So people were struggling.
So you see, it's not
you were only hit by Ebola was not even hit.
It is not that there was light on. We started having power generation difficulties as early as 1960.
But now you don't buy fuel to your generator.
No, I'm coming. You see, let me answer this and let's get it clear. We started having power generation problem because our population had grown from 6 million at the time we did Akosoboda. And it has grown to about 30 million plus. And if governments come and they don't add to your generation capacity, we are bound to have a problem. So the problem started from Adam. And we had a president who said, look, I've observed this thing. This time, I'm not going to do a quick fix, but I'm going to do Azar Obama permanency. So I will fix it. And true to word, before you fix some, now, if you are driving a car and your car has a flat tire or the tire is busted, how do you change? Don't you go through pain of removing the tire before you
eject the car?
You eject the car, you use your strength to eject the car. You have the screw spanner to take the screws away. Then you have to pull the tire
and fix.
Is it that you just say, hey, tire, go and fix?
No.
And yes. So if you want to fix the power generation, you have to go through pain to do it. That's what today you have right on. Somebody went through the pain to fix it. That is why we are saying that the mistake that we said this man is incompetent. Today, look at what
they've done a lot. Roads, schools, hospitals, Agenda 111. They have started building it.
You just go to across the street here. Go to La Polyclinic. They knocked that place almost 3 years, 4 years ago. Have they fixed it?
They are planning. It's in a pipeline.
By the time they fix, people around La, some of them would have been dead and gone because there was no hospital.
You mean there was hospital, people were dying?
No, I'm just telling you. It is good that if you die in theater than to die in the house.
Hey. I'm sure say producer remember my time yeah, Chairman.
Yes.
In your party.
Yes.
When are you going for your? I know it's this month or next month. You're going for
November.
No, for your constituency primaries.
In the next 10 or 15 days.
Okay, so it means this month.
This month.
Okay, yes. So if you wanna
regional.
You remember regional campaign, child the trouble. In your party,
yes.
Anyone who want to contest His Excellency John Mama became enemy to your party. Why?
It's not an enemy.
No, it became enemy to your party.
It doesn't become an enemy.
Because you also want to contest.
No, it's not an enemy.
Why?
It is because you have to bid your time. Everybody and his time.
So someone who is going for 1 term.
So it's not a matter of going for 1 term. It's a matter of governing the country. And if even for 4 years back, 2012 to 2016, if that person who you say is going for 1 term was able to do these magnificent things, and I'll name some of them for you. And look at Terminal 4, Terminal 3. Look at the University of Ghana Medical Center. Look at the Ghana District Hospital.
Look at the Dubai. Dubai is from Governor.
No, Dubai, no, I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me do some analysis for you. You know when one circle was circle from bus stop, from bus stop to just the STC yard takes you 2 hours to cross. Now, today, it takes you just a second. So if Dubai is flooding, at least for 365 days, if it floods for 5 days, take the other 360 days.
Politician.
Take the 360 days, free flow of traffic. But the flooding is not a result, of the road not being popular. It is the human intervention.
Yeah, me time Dr. Komnado for the Oba. Will contest former president.
Yes.
I want a project.
Another project.
You
know what is called less than.
Yes, I've heard it before.
Less than. The same thing. What didn't we do with less than? We gave so many. We gave people trucks. We gave them bola carts. We gave them this. Where did it end? You can see this. So it's not something new. People, you see, and these people, sometimes they don't have institutional memory.
Hey.
It's very important.
How there? I mean, how did they do baby last regional election? National organize a chairmanship now. Why? Wow, Nyankwa and anybody. Then anybody piece of family Oracle or no Oracle, Mr. Chairman for example. Your current general secretary said, "What He said, "Why general secretary what happened to Oko in call for chairmanship? Who do you go for?"
When the bridge, you get to the
to
River Kwai.
Yeah.
You know where River Kwai is in Japan. There's a bridge on it, and there's something called bridge over troubled waters. And when it gets there, you will cross it.
General secretary, Fifi Kwete, if it's a free Accra. Then my good friend, as for that, when I want to introduce, I have to introduce him well. Doctor, PhD, Peter, Kofi, Boama, Otokuno, DJ, Chamilala, aka Ghana Card, also is contesting.
Nobody has told me that they are contesting.
They've shown you.
No, nobody has told me. It's a matter I can print you your picture tomorrow and put it on.
I've seen in his own social media handle.
I haven't seen it. You have seen it. I haven't seen it. And I haven't been told.
No, but
and you see, that's why I say you cross the bridge when you get to the river.
Politician is that. Chairman, to you yourself, about NDC for for next election, want to Abama.
And they want to Abama because I want us to come to power. And I want to lead. I want to be the vanguard, for us to bring President Mahama to finish the unfinished job that he started, that was truncated in 2016. I believe NDC people together with the experience, the maturity, the unwaveringness in me. As we sit here, you realize that I'm very positive. I'm very principled. We'll do the right thing. And I want to be part of it. But my record speaks for itself. Yes, sir. I've been in Pankasa. My record speaks for itself.
Now, you talk about some contest with to I did I say whole record.
Anyway, what's it? The race is not for the swift. The battle does not come with a beauty contest. The battle comes with wisdom.
How the estimate of power compare regional minister Edina?
Oh, regional minister.
Since that's the president could the regional minister now. How do I tell party before?
I'm say sports minister.
No, me see the essay who go for this is a party before only I get regional minister get that.
Oh, Amia, I am not covetous. I am not. My preoccupation now, the Greater Accra and the people of Greater Accra, the NDC, and even the floating voters must vote for President Mahama. That is all.
So in case, and I say, who party my power? Now I feel there. O president after now Ade academia for sports. Be sports minister be kwa.
I will serve my nation at the appropriate time.
Finally me koi. I have for Safina adwene a ye wie me ne chairman Ade kuka ne. Chairman, I will first Wednesdays I will kuba akon Fusuampo for chairman. Other maybe Sampine okukuku Wednesdays. Kuku amba Ade anawo na Ade na asem. It's what that was 2000 and is it 18th and 19 15th May press release anything for our boycott to Kokroko about Seminja also Kokroko but what's it and then the mean deal but man and Kokroko back on the platform show. Are you comfortable? Are you happy for you no appear in that show? Because definitely I know that Kwame Sifaka will be comparable. That is just secret. Because we compare as you contest and the offensive. Come as one thing that man in the way.
That's all kind of over campaign amount.
Oh, anyway, come and don't say the way campaign one day. No, they came and your people have boycotted PCFL for almost 4 years. As a regional chairman, how do you take it?
I think we need to smoke the peace pipe. We need to be in a position to communicate all our programs, policies to the whole nation. So the unfortunate incident that happened, I believe that it's about time that we engage and try to resolve this. The problem was that Alotejo was coming on as a NDC commentator or
Social commentator.
and we said no.
And he later stayed off.
No, I don't know. He stayed off.
Remember, Ojai, I remember vividly on that day. Or can't there? I listened to the show. Or can't there? So Olunti, then it's the first one on Madia. Then he went off almost a year or two. Yeah. But later I said, I'm meeting a man. What's one man? I'm just remembering.
But you see, there's something called the spilt milk. When your milk spills, you don't go and collect it. Let's make progress. And I believe that those who
because we general secretary that's a month or two ago.
Yeah, so I'm saying that those who preside over this, I'm not there. Those who preside should have a second look and see whether we can go back.
After 2020 election campaign,
you cannot say that it did not partially affect all communications. If you have, I mean, this platform that you are is very important platform. There are people from the diverse views who watch. Some people, their only news form is go to YouTube. You understand? So, and then please subscribe to my friend's program.
Because
it's a very important platform. So every platform is very important. That's why when people call me, except that when the party say don't do that, I'm a party man. I obey party rules and regulations. Otherwise, no. This morning I'd been to another station before coming here. And when I saw you, I said, let's do this thing. So every platform is welcome. And then we have to strategize to go on all the platforms.
Therefore, I had a me in ABC, and you fear that only say any fear the Abianum, and then for quay ye, be made to quay. A better driver for a mutri a cancer for a ceremony. Nipan kwa ehia kese pa adeba kwa mi hu da mitimi kan kusua cars enya accident o man and so nipa cars de enya accident pa nipa kura kusua na otwi kusua car o is so cautious but so otwi nipa nkwa de a onye cautious ye be srem enwan ma driver for mode nkofo tu kwa driver ni de oni nipa kwa akudru na odi na ba so ye ne tese so ye driver enya de odi nipa kosi kwantimfi tese ye driver onam kwan so hwe na hwe kwan so jojo ene efiada ye nwan nkremofo semri omako mox aba omako juma ba nyame adom achina memreda fo bekwa sori nyame adom akusiada fo so bekwa sori me koda apostolic church Ghana woni Igbo ama central La Paz community kwan so ho na me kwa apostolic nti bia sori bia ben na ko na kuhwe na fa nyame asem wate esan se enti bi nyakopo ba ansa me ne chairman be wi kura no me pese otu emebu no aba ne fo atemni de o social media ne di peni atem ne di peni we atem ne yi ho na se chairman we eja awo ye eja awo wo bofraba wo fi benyini bisia say the man be be origin a change no wa doso
me on your cry. It was a place that Ghana web. A catch a wide dream or wa. Ne Aruba. Now I thought Ghana web will sit down and start blacklisting people. Let us have intelligent. Let's agree to disagree. Aruba shenu on ye. This is as a bit of the baby called to Ghana. Mr. Man here. The same thing in our party. Social media. People have built reputations over. I mean, I'm just telling you. I've built my reputation over
for
30
years.
years.
For years. Maybe 1 second.
Some of them work on social media. One man no papa won't share. Then they insult because of politics. When we want to serve and not to be served. We are all not perfect human beings. Nobody can claim so are perfect. We all have our faults. We all have good side. But let us strengthen our good side. And let us tell our bad side and let us correct it. But to go on social media insulting people, it's in a boy, one platform, Kofu, one your supporters, now three, and read this long tease about somebody. Questions and answers. No, shall we say bay? Some of the fact in Papu, obey your position, Grandpa. About na boom na nkasa ozi dogs, bulldogs. na abo. So why are you fighting over it? Nimpa obeye NDC majority oko wamfa party na nko.
Edubu ahe.
Oko. Kofu pi woko. Nti why there here na waka na me amaye nkwa no you use the breath, the little breath that is in us. Insult our I'm asking you, let us stop this and let us be positive. Some of us have got these skills. When you insult us, the good people know that it is not true.
Therefore, Madam, I say my madam production team as Richard Kuju and Emmanuel Boating, John Kofireko, and my wife, my assistant producer to the show, Mrs. Rita Aku chairman thing, and a boy my show. And chairman, thanks for your time. And if you are there, busy schedules in our need to be any agent. I wish you all the best as a regional chairman, and I wish the NDC constituency election successful, then the regional also successful election because you will be the chairman to conduct the election until say the Congress will go before you do election. So we wish you all the best and successful Congress as well. Yamisha. Therefore, Yami Aduma, brother, bye bye.